This evening's speaker is Katie Davisson Dolbec, MD. I have a hard time understanding who that is, because to those of us who remember her days at Gould and have seen her many times in the years between then and now, she is simply Katie Davisson. I'm not going to tell you too much about her because I suspect she's going to tell you a fair bit about herself tonight. At least I hope she is. But Katie graduated from Gould in 2001. She was here before I was, and one of my fondest memories of my first 2 years was the AP Biology class I had her senior year, which also included last year's Underclass Awards banquet speaker, Dr. Robert Bruce. So it's pretty special when you can have two kids who go on to be doctors out of a class. And I just want to make it very clear that I had nothing to do with that. They were like that before I ever met them, and they're going to be like that for the rest of their lives. But it is kind of fun to talk biology with kids who love science. After graduating from Gould, Katie went on to Williams College, where she graduated in 2005. She got her MD from the University of Vermont College of Medicine in 2010. And now she works at Maine Med in Portland. She is Gould true blue through and through. Her brother went to Gould, her mother was on the board, and now she's all grown up. And I guess one of the things that we have to remember as teachers is that you all grow up eventually. And it's really nice when you come back and let us see how you're doing. So without any further ado, Dr. Katie Davisson Dolbec, Katie.
Nice to meet you guys. I am Katie Davisson Dolbec, and I have been where you all are. When I was at Gould, getting called on during assembly was pretty standard, so be prepared to get called on. I expect you all to participate. I did start as a freshman at Gould in 1997, before, how many of you were born? How many of you were not yet born in 1997? Yeah, that's what I thought. And I graduated as a four-year senior in 2001. Spent a lot of assemblies right here in Bingham Hall. My advisor group sat in row H. We were on the left side. My advisor was Mrs. Gardner, and Doug Gardner would come to assembly with his mom some mornings. He was 2 or 3 years old. Doug, where are you? Nice. Doug, you remember me babysitting for you? As a freshman, I was a boarding student. How many of you are boarding students? Most of you. Nice. So my dorm parents were Coach Simard, Mrs. Simard, and Ms. Schifrin. But Ms. Schifrin wasn't Ms. Schifrin then. She was Ms. Whalen. And Mr. Schifrin taught at Kent's Hill School. He liked to come on the weekends, hang out in the girls' dorm, catch up on the gossip with the freshman and sophomore girls. Where's Mr. Schifrin?
He's home with the kids now.
Oh, all right. Well, you have to remind him that was why he came to visit, right? He's totally to hang out with us. Totally, yeah, had nothing to do with you. All right, as long as that's clear. Mr. Manning was my freshman geography teacher, and his classroom was in the basement of Hanscom. You could still hear him way down the hall. It's still in the basement of Hanscom, right? His classroom? Yeah, I've been where you are. I played soccer. Ms. Head was my coach. I ski raced. We won the NEPSAC championships my freshman year. I played lacrosse. And as the freshman on the lacrosse team, I went swimming in Freshman Brook. I've heard that is a tradition that no longer exists, but have any of you heard of Freshman Brook? Yeah, and seriously, have any of you been for a dip? Nice. Sophomore year, my family moved to Bethel, and I was a day student. How many of you are day students? Nice. My brother was a member of the first Gould 8th grade program. Have any of you guys been 8th graders here at Gould? And I hear now that you guys live in Boathouse as 8th graders? Awesome, that was my freshman dorm, actually, was Boathouse. Mr. Alford was my Spanish teacher. I had Mrs. Alford for math. Dr. Clark was my world history teacher. How many of you guys have taken a history class with Dr. Clark? All right, you in the front row. What was that like for you? It was good? Okay, seriously, it was one of the hardest classes I've ever taken to this day. Really, seriously tough. My sophomore year, the dining hall moved from the first floor of Gehring into Ordway Hall. Ordway Hall was a new building my sophomore year. So yes, the dining hall used to be on the first floor of Gehring, which is totally crazy. Mr. McLaughlin became the band director that year, and Mr. Ziccarelli directed our jazz ensemble. Anyone here in music at Gould? Awesome. I've been where you guys are. When I was a kid, there were a lot of Gould faculty running around. I already told you about Doug. Are there still a lot of faculty kids running around? Jeb Clark, I think, was 1 year old. Alec Manning was 2. Where's Alec? Oh yeah, he's stick, yeah. Aiden Clark was just a baby. Ben Alford and Maddie Samar, where are you guys? Anyone? Not here? Okay. They were born while I was at Gould. I've been where you are. Those faculty kids you see running around campus, they will be where you are too. Junior year, Ms. Eaton taught me physics. Mr. Siekman was my chemistry teacher. Mr. Schifrin was my junior 4-point leader. How many of you guys have done a junior 4-point trip? All right. White shirt, tie untied. What was your 4-point experience? What was the highlight of your 4-point trip?
Definitely didn't think it was going to be good when I went into it, but I would definitely go out again now.
Yeah, great experience. As a senior, I was a proctor. I ran cross country and did dryland ski training in the fall. I took the SATs in Rumford, the lovely aroma of paper plant all around. Mr. Whittington was my AP bio teacher. I applied to college and was accepted. And after 4 amazing years at Gould, I graduated. How many of you guys are graduating? Woohoo! Nice. All right, I've been where you are. 12 years have elapsed since I graduated from Gould. During that time, as Mr. Whittington said, I did graduate from Williams College. I worked in Ohio for 1 year, and then I graduated from the University of Vermont College of Medicine with my MD. I spent the last 3 years in my residency training at Maine Medical Center, training to be an emergency room doctor. Like many of you, I too will be graduating later this month. And just like you, I'm not done yet. Next year I'll be in 24th grade, doing a subspecialty year in sports medicine. Gould continues to be with me every day. The people I met and the lessons I learned here still play a huge role in my life. Without my Gould science experiences, I would never have become a doctor. And despite having barely survived it, DC's world history class taught me valuable lessons. And in that class, along with many others I took at Gould, I learned how to gather, process, understand, and remember huge volumes of information. These skills are vital for school and work, and I could not have made it this far without them. Having lived in the Gould dorms, I was much more prepared than my college peers to live away from home. My athletic experiences at Gould have continued to motivate me toward a career in sports medicine, and as is the Gould way, I continue to seek opportunities to exercise and be outdoors nearly every day. I have been where you are, and you will be where I am. You came to Gould for your own reasons, and with your own goals in mind. Who here is a skier? Nice. Do we have any artists? Hands up if you're from a big city and wanted to escape to the country. Anyone here from a small town looking for more opportunities? Hands up if you're from Maine and wanted a more personalized private school education. Any of you here from another continent wanting an American education? And no matter what brought you to Gould, you've experienced and learned things that you never anticipated you would encounter. And I'll bet that your Gould experiences have pointed you in new directions that you would never have imagined. And when you leave Gould, you will scatter in different directions with a different set of experiences and a unique collection of goals and dreams. But when you leave Gould, Gould won't leave you. Despite the school's small size, Gould alumni comprise a strong force and are frequently encountered in the wider world. For example, in Portland, where I live, there's a Gould alum, Allison Stevens, who is 2 years ahead of me, who owns a local restaurant. Another Gouldie, Chris Brooks, is a lawyer, and I sometimes see him in town grabbing lunch. You might also know Brooksy as a ski coach. Anyone had Brooksy as a freestyle coach? A few of you. As Mr. Whittington alluded to, I was in the class with Bob Bruce, and just last month in my job in the emergency department, was working with me were Bob Bruce, medical student, and he was in my class, and then a nursing student, Jory Olson, who was 3 years behind me, all in one shift. So, strong Gould presence. There are several other Gould alums with whom I remain in touch and are my close friends, even all these years later. And even if you're moving far away and don't encounter concrete reminders of Gould on a regular basis, the lessons, skills, and relationships that you take away from Gould will always be with you, no matter where you go. They'll be your junior 4-point letter that you can pull out to remind yourself that you can do it. There will be your roommate who you can call because she knows you better than anyone else does. There will be your pencil and the techniques you learned in drawing class that you can tap into to explore the world around you. There will be the college essay or lab report that you're initially really worried about, and then you realize they become no big deal because you already know how to work hard and succeed. And when life takes you in new directions, as opportunities arise and roads open in front of you, no big deal. Gould prepared you for that too. Whether you're in your last week at Gould or you have 3 more years to go, take every opportunity available to you to learn as much as you can from everything that Gould has to offer. Whether you realize it or not, the skills you are learning and the experiences you are having now are shaping you into the person you're going to be in the future. I have been where you are, and you are now where I am, poised for success with your Gould knowledge and experiences in your back pocket as your road opens in front of you. You are already well on your way.
And so about a month ago, I announced that we were going to start the awards season, and tonight we continue the awards season, and we have just under a week left. Before I start though, as I said, this is being streamed, and so that we can keep it moving, I've been asked to remind presenters and those receiving awards to please come up on stage left, your right. And presenters, please present awards in front of the seal, and that way we'll have you nice and centered for the webcast. We begin by presenting the National Honor Society. And before I do, I just want to let folks know, you may have heard the rumblings. So this is the last year that we will have a National Honor Society chapter. Beginning next year, we will be replacing National Honor Society with the Cum Laude Society. And if you hadn't heard that news, that explains why the list is a little shorter than you might anticipate. The National Honor Society is sponsored by the National Association of Secondary School Principals and was created to encourage enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote worthy leadership, and to encourage the development of character in secondary school citizens. To be eligible, a student must first earn a minimum scholarship average of 85. Secondly, a candidate is to be considered for service, leadership, and character by the Faculty Selection Committee. Members of this year's senior class elected to the National Honor Society in previous years or at their previous school, and I ask you to please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all of the names have been called. So those selected in previous years or at previous schools: Kathleen Baker, Yu Chun Bien, Margaret Cameron, Yu Rim Choi, Kenzie Clark, Naomi Cunningham, Courtney Kolaluka, Ella Dorval Hall, John Drew, Doug Gardner, Carly Giddings, Liam Gillis, Peter Hoops, Sadie James, Utah Quito, Zillian C. Christic, Wan Xuan Kung, Yutong Lee, James Rambone, Eric Robichek, Jaime Romero, Avery Rosso, Molly Stichter, Anran Wang, and Min Jae Yun. my pleasure at this time to announce the newly elected members of the senior class. I might have jumped the gun. I think I read one that was elected this year. So newly elected members of the senior class, please come forward. Courtney Kolaluka. Please take note. This is why I should proofread. Carly Giddings. And Eric Robichek. Sorry for spoiling the surprise. And now I turn it over to Mr. Ruby for the awarding of certificates of attendance.
We have 3 certificates of attendance to award this year. These are for students who are attending Gould but not graduating, and these are not seniors. First, Conrad Sebastian Kefferputz. Joaquin Munoz Redondo. Jacob Ludwig Matthias Worm.
To present the English Book Awards on behalf of the teachers in the English department. We celebrate the outstanding accomplishments of these students in all of the English language arts. The 9th grade book award goes to Jay Wildwood. The 10th grade book award goes to Melissa Saib. And the junior book award goes to Mona Hecker.
my pleasure to present the History Book Awards on behalf of the History Department faculty. And it's my pleasure to give the 9th grade award to Brooke Kelly. And it's my pleasure to give the Sophomore Book Award to a young man who I teach this year, and I've been very, very impressed. He actually reminds me a lot of a young Katie Davisson. That's Will Candigeezer. And for the Junior Award, this goes to a young woman who I would hesitate to compare to anyone. That's Madison Herzog.
It is my pleasure to present the Math Book Awards on behalf of the Math Department. The Math Department recognizes students for scholarship, leadership in the classroom, and enthusiasm for mathematics. I'd like to present the Freshman Book Award to Demetrios Maxim. To Xiaolu Qian. And the Junior Book Award to Jungkook J.K. Lee.
Having skipped a level and made the jump from French 2 to French 4 after a summer spent completing the French 3 curriculum, this student is a tireless worker who always demands the best of herself. She has such high standards. She uses French both in and out of the classroom. She's a language center tutor and an enthusiastic film festival participant. I'm proud to present this year's Underclass Award in French to Alexandra Lapp. The Underclass Award in Spanish goes to a student with a superb work ethic whose attention to detail has produced work of the highest quality. Enthusiastic, possessor of a great accent, and always trying to incorporate new vocabulary into his speech, this year's Underclass Award in Spanish goes to Marcelo De Luca. To a dedicated, hardworking, and curious student who helps make the classroom a vibrant and dynamic place, Allie Parker is our Underclass Book Award winner in Mandarin.
The Academic Skills Center Book Award. This award is given to a student who demonstrates the ambition and commitment to improve academic skills and to achieve his or her scholastic and personal best at Gould Academy. This student consistently exhibits exceptional attributes in independent learning. And check out to see, as learners, if these criteria apply to you, hopefully. Understanding of personal learning profile, use of school-wide resources, self-advocacy skills, application of knowledge and academic skills to his or her classwork. And this year it goes to the sophomore, Jack Morrison.
Yeah, Jack.
On behalf of the Performing Arts Department, I am proud to present 3 awards this evening. And when I say Performing Arts Department, I suppose you often think, well, there's the choral guy and the band guy, there's myself and Mr. Ciccarelli. But Mr. Alford, Mr. Penley, and Ms. Rothaker, being so involved in theater, also weigh very heavily in this department. So I just wanted to clarify that for everyone. We give 2 awards in the area of music, one in vocal music and one in instrumental. And I'm proud to present the music in the area of vocal music, that was weird, to a young lady who just can't stop making notes come out of her little self. So that's Paige Conroy. So the next award in the area of instrumental music goes to a young man who I've seen improve on the guitar in the last couple of years immensely, and he just can't stop playing, and that is Stephen Dexter.
Yeah, that's my roommate. Oh, this way.
And finally, in the area of theater, from the audition to the last second of a performance, takes about 8 weeks, sometimes 9. This young man is in character from that audition until the last second of that show, all the time, without fail, and it's impressive to watch, and that is Reed Thurston. Apparently I chose all my winners from the Alfred Advisory. I know.
Hello, everyone. First of all, before I hand out the awards on behalf of the art department, I'd like to recognize a colleague of mine for 25 years who's out in the audience, and she really helped to develop the art program into what it is today, and that's Jan Baker. The art department, I am pleased to announce the art awards, and the freshman art award goes to Jay Wilder. The sophomore art award, Kyler Walker. Junior award, it goes to a young lady who I believe is not returning to Gould next year, and we're going to miss her terribly. Very creative thinker, and that is Antonia. Hey, Grandma! The Pottery Award goes to Connor Kelly.
Okay, on behalf of the Science Department, I'd like to mention the last two speakers we've had at this have been in the sciences, just fitting, and make sure you're all aware of that. And now, the important thing. Here we go, this one. The Freshman Science Prize goes to Demetrius S. Matson. The Sophomore Science Prize goes to Pratt M. Olson. And the Junior Science Prize goes to Marcello T. DeLuca. and I gotta read these, so. The Rensselaer Award recognizes the accomplishments of outstanding students of science and mathematics. It is awarded in some 1,000 selected secondary schools in the country to the junior with the highest combined average in science and mathematics. This year, the award goes to J.K. Lee. And the Bausch and Lomb Science Prize is awarded to a top member of the junior class in recognition of outstanding academic achievement and superior intellectual promise in the field of science. And this year, the Bausch and Lomb Award goes to Sawyer J. Carpenter.
The Gail A. Foster Award. Gail A. Foster was an instructor at Gould Academy. He taught photography, physics, operated the camera club. As a photographer, he had gained an international reputation. This award to his memory was given by Martin Bobby, class of 1946, one of the students who is currently a professional photographer. The award is given to the student who has exhibited most outstanding work in photography. This year, it's our pleasure to award this Gail A. Foster Award to Nika Chislop.
I'm going to award a number of college book awards that have been voted on by the faculty and the members of the College Counseling Department. The Dartmouth Alumni Club Book Award is given to an outstanding member of the junior class who ranks in the top 10% of the class, demonstrates strong character, has made a positive contribution to the school community, and is a candidate for admission to competitive college or university. The recipient of the Dartmouth Alumni Club Book Award is Delaney Pals. The St. Lawrence University Book Award is given in recognition of the value that the St. Lawrence community places on service to others. This award is in recognition of the achievements of high school juniors who have displayed a significant commitment to community service. The St. Lawrence University Book Award this year is awarded to Mona Heckley. The College of the Atlantic Book Award. This student meets the College of the Atlantic's ideal of a community-minded citizen who is a passionate steward of change in our social, economic, and environmental systems, and who perhaps seems to intuitively grasp the interconnections between these three ways of understanding the world. This book is awarded to the Smith College Book Award. The Smith College Club of Maine wishes to recognize the achievements of students at our school by presenting the Smith Book Award to an outstanding
female junior who exemplifies the academic achievement, leadership qualities, and concern for others that characterize the thousands of women who have graduated from Smith. Smith College Book Award this year goes to Delaney Pals. Becoming a theme. The Society of Women Engineers Certificate of Merit is a non-for-profit educational and service organization that empowers women to succeed and advance in the field of engineering and to be recognized for their life-changing contributions as engineers and leaders. The Certificate of Merit is awarded to a junior girl who has excelled in the areas of math and science throughout her high school career, and it goes to Delaney Pass. There are 2 awards from Clarkson University, and they're given in recognition of outstanding leadership qualities and academic promise. The Clarkson University Leadership Award goes to Zaza Foyston. And the Clarkson University Achievement Award goes to J.K. Lee. And the Phi Beta Kappa Award is awarded by the Board of the Association of this certificate, and it honors students for having demonstrated adherence to high academic standards in a broad range of studies in secondary school, and intellectual curiosity and achievement both in and beyond the classroom. And this year, the Phi Beta Kappa Award goes to Reed Thurston.
Speech?
It's my honor and pleasure tonight to introduce the William P. Clough III Award. William P. Clough III was headmaster at Gould Academy from 1983 to 2001. This award was created upon his retirement to recognize an on-snow athlete who has demonstrated outstanding character, attitude, and leadership. The recipient of this year's award is Dimitri Maxim.
It's my privilege tonight to announce a new senior award, and it is entirely right and fitting that we would do this during our underclassmen awards when we were all here and able to spend a little time on it. I'd like to invite alumni Ted Brown and Lucas St. Clair to the stage. tonight we announce the Jan and Lorenzo Baker Award. To think about how momentous an award this is, think about a career that has spanned thousands of students, dozens of graduating classes, and helped shape your experience at Gould Academy. This is, to say the least, momentous and critical in the life of the school, and these are two people who have given so much to Gould Academy and so much to the lives of the people of this school. Now I'd like to ask Ted Brown, someone whose life was touched, changed, improved, transformed by Jan and Lorenzo, to say a few words.
I graduated from Gould in 1985. I was a Lorenzo Baker advisee and Jan Baker fan for many years and have been. This award grew out of our retirement of Jan and Lorenzo by the alumni community. And it's an internet award. It took place on Facebook. Once we heard that they were both retiring, Lucas and myself and a number of other alums got together and said, we need to honor Jan and Lorenzo, because we feel that passionately about their work. They feel that passionately about their work. They've been doing this for almost 70 years combined. And you're going to hear a lot of speeches over the next probably week and whatnot, graduation, take away a few things. But I'm going to ask you to remember this about Jan and Lorenzo, is that they followed the true north of education. They were always pointing in the direction they wanted to go, they felt was important in their work, in their craft, and they were very good at their craft. They were masters of their craft. Some people say it takes 10,000 hours to be a master, or to master something. How many hours do you have in 35 years each? So I'm honored to be here to represent the alumni of Lucas, to thank both of you, and to say we love you very much. Thank you so much for everything you did for us, for me.
My name is Lucas St. Clair. I graduated from Gould in 1996, and I always can remember how long the Bakers have been at Gould, because it was the year I was born. It always comes to me. 35 years is a long, incredible time. So I'd like to read the wording of the Jan and Lorenzo Baker Award, and then turn it over to them to announce the student recipient. Jan and Lorenzo Baker devoted 35 years to Gould Academy, challenging students to be courageous and open to the world around them. Art department head Jan Baker inspired students to explore new perspectives and techniques for artistic expression. Dean of Community Life Lorenzo Baker helped students become strong individuals and leaders within their community. The Jan and Lorenzo Baker Award is bestowed upon a member of the senior class who best exemplifies the qualities that the Bakers fostered: personal courage, an adventurous and creative approach, and a clear vision of him or herself and their world. And I'm going to turn it over to them to announce this year's winner.
Okay. The Jan and Lorenzo Baker Award. Now this is an award that goes to seniors. So this year goes to Courtney Koaluka. The Dexter M. Stoll Class of 46 Faculty Development Award. The Dexter M. Stoll Faculty Development Fund was established in October 2008 in honor of Dexter M. Stoll, valedictorian of the class of 1946, by his wife, family, friends, professional colleagues, and fraternity brothers in support of professional development opportunities for classroom teachers at Gould Academy. I am excited to announce that this year it is awarded to Holly Tornrose for her high academic and personal standards that engender respect from students and encourage them to succeed.
The Philip C. Rao Teacher Development Fund was established in June of 1999 in honor of Philip C. Rao, class of 1986, by his family, friends, in support of professional development opportunities for classroom teachers at Gould Academy. This year, I am very happy to announce it is awarded to Nancy Eaton for her dedication, hard work, and creative approach to instruction with a love for guiding teenagers.
B. Lowell Kronowitz Faculty Development Award. The Kronowitz Faculty Development was established in August of 1999 by B. Lowell Kronowitz, class of 1981, in support of professional and personal development activities of Gould Academy faculty members that include, but are not limited to, academic coursework, individualized research, summer travel, and non-traditional experiential pursuits. This year, I am very proud to announce it is awarded to Martha Whittington for her passion, service, and unfailing commitment to the field of education. Carolyn S. Woolen Award. An award created by Headmaster Emeritus and Mrs. William P. Clough III in honor of Trustee Emerita Carolyn S. Woolen. Carolyn served on the Board of Trustees at Gould Academy from May of 1985 to May of 2007. This award honors a Gould Academy sophomore girl who reveals leadership potential through personal example and engages fully in school life. Carolyn Woolen personified these qualities as a Gould Academy trustee. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of this award this year is Rose H. Goldberg.
The Edmund J. Vashon Award was created by Gould Academy in honor of Headmaster Emeritus Edmund J. Vachon. Mr. Vachon joined the Gould Academy faculty in September 1940, became Senior Master in 1941, Associate Headmaster in 1954, and Headmaster in 1959. He also served on the Gould Board of Trustees from 1961 until his retirement as headmaster in June of 1967. The award is given to that member of the junior class who exemplifies outstanding contribution to the school and achievement in the community. This year's recipient is Sawyer J. Harkins. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This concludes the Underclassmen Awards ceremony, and we look forward to seeing you over at Ordway Hall for the reception. Thank you.